Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Cellar Nightly. I'm comedian Reiss. I'm here joined with some of my favorite comedians. We got Dean Edwards, terrific voiceover artist, SNL. What's up, Dean? How you doing?
I'm cool, man. Good to see you guys.
All the way from Las Vegas, we got the Cellar legend and the house host at the Cellar in the Rio, Las Vegas. Give it up for Mark Cohen, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Special treat joining us from Aruba. Ray, you seen him on Comedy Central. Come on, that's
What's
huge.
up, everybody? Come by me, amigo dan.
Huge. Really just a power panel tonight. Getting a lot done.
Hey!
And joining us, terrific podcast, Friends Like Us. You've seen her on Comedy Central. Marina Franklin. Hey, Marina.
Hey.
What timing, Marina?
That was great timing.
Yeah, really good.
Oh, thanks.
So it's great to see everybody in our virtual world on a virtual table. Marina just performed at a live show.
Yes, I did.
Ooh.
I performed with Jim Gaffigan at the New Jersey Ocean View Race horse track. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Sorry.
And was it a drive-in?
It was a drive-in comedy show. Yes.
What was that like?
Well, I would say that you know what? Getting out the house is great, and then trying to do your act after you haven't done it since March was scary.
How much time do you have to do?
You do, well, I did, because I'm more of a professional than everyone else.
That means she stuck to her time.
Yeah, no, but I went under because I was like, I don't know what the hell. I forgot who I was.
Yeah.
I was looking at the clock like I've never looked at the clock before. I was like, I don't even know how that joke goes. Woo-wee.
That's the life of someone's high beams.
There was a lot of segues where I was like, hey, I've just been smoking a lot of pot.
It's crazy out here.
Did
Yeah.
you do a lot of car work?
I love it. No. So
Must be
there's
strange, though.
a lot of cars, a whole parking lot of cars, and that you can't hear the laughs, and they're told not to honk for Jim. He doesn't want that. So they would honk sometimes, like if they really felt like they were into what you were doing, they would cheer you, and like a couple of people would honk.
They would
Did he get
honk.
mad?
Does one of you have
Hot pockets.
Yeah.
one of you have a TV on or a dog or something?
I have a dog.
I hear something in the background.
Ryan.
No, I don't. Are you kidding me? I live alone. I got no dog. I got no TV on.
Aw, you're working. You're working
Your
it now.
music?
Thanks for reminding me.
Marina, I saw clips on your Instagram, and I was curious about that. How did it feel? Because you did a great job showing us before the show started, and as the cars filled into the parking lot. And so I'm watching like, oh wow, this is packed out. But obviously it's Gaffigan, so it was going to get packed. But how did it feel performing to people, but you couldn't necessarily hear the people way back? And could you hear the people laughing with their windows down?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
bad time.
Yeah.
Bad timing.
That's what you thought of that
Oh, wow.
question.
I was like, is she boycotting my?
No, I accidentally moved my computer
Oh, okay.
and the Ethernet.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was trying. I was like not prepared. Oh no.
no! Oh no!
Oh, so you're saying
okay.
like, what about? You're asking about this picture?
No. I was asking. Once the show started, how did it? How did you feel? Aside from the atrophy of not being on stage for a couple of months, how did you feel? Because you couldn't get an actual response. As far as, could you hear the laughs?
No, I mean, I could hear the laughs in only the front row of people who were
Right.
actually sitting on top of their cars, but
Oh,
no.
okay.
So
Oh,
it was like,
interesting.
and it's already outside. So you know how
Right.
laughs go outside.
Right.
So imagine there's only like a few people sitting out. So you kind of like my little sister just gave me so yeah, it's weird because like that's when you realize, oh, my joke needs an ending.
How many cars are there? How many people are there? How many cars?
Oh, there was
Like a couple hundred cars? Thousands of cars?
It was a lot. I mean,
Really?
where's my phone?
I guess so.
I could show you
Thousand seems like a
sort of
lot.
how Jim.
No, I'm saying 1,000 people, probably hundreds of cars.
How
It
many
was like
Chevys?
more than that. It was how many Chevys did you say?
I want to get specific. How many Hyundais?
But I mean, he did a great job of showing it on his because he has like someone takes what are those things? Those drones?
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
So he shows it on his Instagram how it looks. I can
Oh,
can you
wow.
see that?
Oh, wow. Wow. I can.
there I am.
Oh, cool.
And
That's awesome.
and Ryan was there.
Yeah.
So that's how many cars that you
Pretty
don't
cool,
hear.
actually.
Wow.
Yeah. So
It doesn't sound intriguing. It sounds intriguing. I don't know if I couldn't do it. I don't think.
it's more of like, for me, I needed to do it so that I can hear myself do my act. I mean, I was
Right.
not expecting to hear laughs because I
Mhm.
know they're in their vehicles and this is
Mhm.
all new. So I was not expecting to feel like I just destroyed. It was like,
It sounds intriguing. I don't know if I couldn't do it.
it's more of like, for me, I needed to
What the hell's going on?
hear myself. I didn't do that. Did I do that?
I think it's Ryan Ray.
Because I know they're in their vehicles. And this I sound wonderful though. In the play.
There's a delay on someone's
Yes,
computer.
we're on a 10-second delay.
Yeah.
It sounds intriguing. I don't know.
Is that me?
Yes.
Did I do that?
No, it might be Ray. It might be you. I think you might have a delay.
I don't think I do. I think I'm on East Coast time.
Well, I will say, like, Dave Juskow did the show with us, and for the first time, it was like he did as well as everyone else.
Wait a minute.
Jeez.
Juskow never looked happier. I was like, yeah, it's silent, like always, and now everyone else. No, I'm joking. He was cute. He's from New Jersey, so that you could almost feel the energy. Is oddly enough, you can feel energy coming from people in their cars, even if you don't know. You could still feel like a joke is bombing. Right. I don't know if that was in my head, but I was like, I don't think that one went over too well.
No,
Juskow can just wrap his mouth around a carburetor. It's a quick fix.
He was talking about his cat for a while.
I saw that clip. I saw a clip of that.
Yeah, and he
landed.
loved that clip, and I lost it. And he was asking for it the next day. There's nothing worse. He's like, "Can you get me that? That was the best time of my life."
Would any of you guys do an indoor show right now?
No.
Scientists
depending
have
on what state. Not in Florida.
Florida. I might, if it was only half full and Jessica was there.
I just spoke with Rachel Feinstein, who talked to a scientist or a doctor who is like #1 in all the studies of. They're saying that even if a club is like half full and it's inside, and if there's no wind or ventilation, you can get COVID. Yes. Oh. Just takes one person in a room in a closed environment. Yeah.
You could also get hit by a car if you walk out of your house today.
The thing the difference is like, I don't want to be responsible for doing that. So I don't want to be the drunk driver in that car.
Good point.
Okay.
You had that answer prepared.
No, I'm just saying, like,
no, I feel you.
I've heard that. I've heard
happen without booze.
I've heard that argument before, but the difference is like, right. Very well what you have the information, so just be smart.
Well, did you wear a seatbelt?
Ooh.
I mean, the doctors and the scientists are not agreeing on things.
Well, I don't know if that's most.
Where are you?
I
where
saw
are
a
you
doctor
watching
last
that?
week who said if you're doing half regulation, you're doing this and that, it's a possibility, but it's highly unlikely. And he didn't think that it was, but that's his opinion.
Well, that's what happened to Florida, was that they had difference of opinions, and now you see the spikes. So, I mean, for me, and I am a bit of a Karen. I tell on people. There is a restaurant beneath me that has a bar in New York City. You're not supposed to be inside. They had people inside drinking away.
Oh wow.
Well, I think, look, I'm here in Aruba right now. I'm not doing any shows. I'm just hanging out eating ceviche.
You did do shows recently, though, didn't you, or no?
No, not in Aruba. Last show I did was back in March in New York. But I would do shows here if there were people were spaced apart, and if there was a plastic shield in front of the stage, like the Cellar set up. They're ready to reopen, and they have a plastic.
But it's upstairs with the windows, so the Cellar is
going to
good.
be closed though.
No, they don't have to be. Is the thing is they have the option. Like the Cellar, as I was there, those windows open up. So let's just say
You're talking
the
about
olive tree.
upstairs.
You mean the olive tree?
Olive tree.
yes, the olive tree. So let's just say that New York City says it has to be well ventilated. If the Cellar in the olive tree did a show upstairs, I would be willing to do that because they have good ventilation.
What about the fat?
There's no
black?
room though either though.
No, not the fat black.
What do you see ventilation in the Fat Black?
I see high ceilings. I don't know what their ventilation system is.
No, exactly. If I don't
think
know,
right after mid-November, it's all going to be uphill. All uphill after mid-November.
Is that when Aruba's opening?
No, Aruba's open, is already open.
Aruba
But I think
Reiss.
after the election, it's all going to be uphill. I was sitting in the lobby of this.
You mean uphill or downhill?
yeah, I don't.
It's going to be uphill. We're gonna do well after the election.
I think you're saying it.
Yeah,
Isn't it
that's
the
not
other
what
way
that means.
around?
We're gonna go well. Things are gonna get better after the election. I was sitting in
That's
the
good.
Ritz-Carlton lobby eating a fabulous ceviche, and I'm watching the news, and it said 59,000 new cases today, and all I could think was, thank God I'm out of the country, and also, it's all gonna get better after the election. That's what I think. That's what I hope.
Downhill.
Yeah, I think we're all
Better.
Downhill. It's easy.
Yeah,
Downhill
it's going to get easier as
Life
downhill.
will get better. Put it that way.
But
They just said
things
that
will escalate.
They said this winter was going to be tragic.
Yeah, I've heard that.
I'm sorry to be the Debbie Downer, but so get ready to wear your coats outside for comedy.
They say a lot of things. Remember, they said the Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
Spilling over with people. They didn't even.
I
have
read
water.
yesterday that they found they're on their way to a vaccine, perhaps maybe,
It will take a year.
or
It's gonna
early
take a
next
year,
year.
but then I saw some earlier, I think on the news this morning, they were saying that they have something that is in its second stages.
Yeah, they
that
did one
could
starting
be-
in March, and then
Yeah.
they came up with
Yeah.
this.
Who
It's
do you
going
guys
uphill.
who do you guys listen to? Like, who's your reliable source?
Breitbart, Fox.
Ray Ellin. They said it's going to be uphill, guys. We're fine.
No, life
Nick-
is going to be uphill. Life.
Nick Cannon.
Life will be
Who else
better.
do I
Nick Cannon had a bar mitzvah.
Oh, I am so glad he got in trouble.
Me
He
too.
didn't
Oh,
really though.
you don't like Nick Cannon?
I didn't say that.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah, I know. I know you
said
asked. I just said I didn't say that.
What I thought was
You're right.
amazing was he said what he said, and then he's shocked that he gets fired. It's like, dude, people get fired for these things now. That's the world we live in.
I like what's his name though. And the other day he's like, COVID's fake, and then what's his name? Chuck Woolery. COVID's
Oh,
fake, and then an hour later, well, my son actually has it now. It's like, oh, geez.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, like
I
the
didn't-
guy
I
who
didn't
did
know.
the party. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
He went to a COVID party, and that was his last words.
What?
Really?
I'll
I
have-
went.
I'll have the. What's the 19 stand for?
I don't wear a mask.
This is all my new
Yes.
material. 19. What the fuck?
Wouldn't it be funny if I got in trouble for saying I hated Nick Cannon Like if they
But
went
you-
back and
but
were
you
like,
didn't.
she said
She
that on
just said it now. I
No,
just heard
I'm
her
just
say
saying
it.
that.
You
I'm
said
saying-
I hated Nick Cannon.
I never said it.
You just gave them fodder. Now they can edit it.
Yes. Marina Franklin.
Why would you do that?
Oh no, I think he's adorable.
Now
Oh,
you'll
shit,
never
that's
be on the
worse.
cans. You'll never be on Wildin' Out.
Oh, he'll never
Well, they didn't
he'll
cancel the
never
show,
be
did
on
they?
Wildin' Out.
No,
even know
because
what
the show's it's canceled now.
No. He got fired. I don't think the show's canceled.
Oh, okay.
What's
okay.
going to happen to Masked Singer?
Well, that's not a Viacom. It's not Viacom.
No, but he's the
He's the
executive
executive
No,
producer
he
and the
quit.
host.
No, he quit.
He quit.
Oh, did he
The
quit
Masked
Masked Singer?
Singer?
Before, yeah.
Oh,
No,
wow.
he did.
Yeah, he
Masked Singer? When?
did. I think it was like last year or something like that. Like he didn't want to do it anymore.
So
You
who's
sure?
hosting?
He
Or
wasn't.
those episodes were taped. Season 2. No, you're thinking of America's Got Talent. Terry.
Yeah, I
Crews
think you're
is-
thinking of America's Got.
Why is
No.
Ray eating? Are we allowed to
No,
eat?
I have a fabulous ceviche from the Ritz Carlton.
keeps- he-
I hear
I-
ceviche.
Marina, I'm mad that you're even addressing that he's eating because he wants to
No, I
drive home.
don't.
I mean,
didn't
I
want
just feel like we're not important. We're not as important as the ceviche right now.
I think that Nick Cannon is very important. I
Not
think
as
he's such
important
a
as that.
talent and such a great ambassador for Judaism in the world.
Oh,
You know
For
what I think
Judaism
is weird?
in the world.
Now, how does this work? Somebody told me that what's his name, Mariah Carey, paid him like $16 million, some crazy figure, but he's worth like $100 million. So what
Yeah,
the fuck?
Nick Cannon's not broke. The biggest to me what's funny about how much hate over the years that Nick Cannon has received is people
Did
act
he?
like
Did
Nick
he?
Cannon. Yeah, no, a lot of people just have
never
always
knew
sort of
that.
pissed on. Yeah, a lot of people,
I didn't know that.
especially in the
other
community,
comics, you
people
mean?
look at him like he's. Well, comedians don't necessarily look at him and look at him as a comic, but just in general, people
I
like
never
Nick
said
Cannon's.
that. I always thought he was brilliant.
I just thought he was the guy from Drumline, and he was good in Drumline, but I didn't know
He
anything
was
else about him.
Great in Drumline.
I thought he
is
was
an
a better
awesome movie.
comedian than he was an actor.
Yeah. I know nothing about his stand-up. I just think he's a great actor who's an anti-Semite.
I always thought the fact that why is the turban? I thought that was a good choice.
Marina's ass.
What did you say? She's doing her act?
It was very effective too when he was spouting all that racial stuff on his show.
Ray, how's the ceviche?
Ceviche is phenomenal. I'm curious if people watching in the chat what they think about Nick Cannon, if they're fans, if they're not fans.
I think it's
It's
best if he does
He's endearing
this.
himself to
Look-
he's endearing
look
himself to 1 billion people in India.
Look at Cohen. I wanted to ask you since we were coming on. Do you think that DL Hughley, especially Marina, since you were saying how the ventilation, do you think he got COVID from doing that show, or do you think he had it already?
He
I don't
it
think-
already.
He must have had it already.
Yeah. Do you think that his collapse on stage was because of COVID, or you think it because
Yes.
we have no idea, right? I honestly think that he was drinking too much.
He had COVID though.
No, I'm not disputing that. I'm not disputing that.
Well,
You think
but
You
When
hate
he
him,
col-
Marina, right?
Huh?
when he
You hate him, right?
Who I hate DL Hughley?
See, you said
Um,
he got you again. They're
damn
gonna
it.
hit you twice.
Oh, he got me. I'll never be in this business ever again. Two black men.
There's no way he,
Same
he,
conversation.
They'll
he
just
definitely
take-
had it before he was there, but he could have been
Yeah.
drinking too. You
Well,
Yeah,
know,
that's-
people dropped dead from COVID. People were passing out from COVID. Like people would
Right.
get it and drop, like in the spot of where they are. That did happen.
it
They don't
is
show
weird.
it.
Because it is affect people differently. It does seem,
True,
Yeah.
true.
Mark, are
But
they
I
doing shows in Vegas?
No.
Smart.
Are the casinos open? They're open though. Yeah.
Casinos are open.
Casinos are
I just read today or yesterday that the Tropicana is opening, which is another Caesar's property, which is the Rio too. But they're not
Right.
going to do shows,
Mark. Mark, how are they handling the casinos? Are they like just partially full tables, or what are they doing?
Hold on a second. Can I get another ceviche? Pretty good. I think there's. I haven't been to them. I mean, I didn't even really go before there was a.
Right.
You're more of a pot guy than a gambling guy.
I've been to the dispensaries. They're still working fine.
Of course.
I think
they're separate.
I think
They're
I went
separate.
to the dispensary on your behalf. I think
so. You did.
I did.
You know, the Cellar in Vegas, though. I don't know if they can use it, but there is a side. You know that side door where people smoke and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Seems like that's a separate entrance from the hotel, so
Oh,
you could shuffle people through that way, maybe, you know,
and leave the door open to get air.
and they wouldn't have
that little
to go
door.
It's a normal sized door. You know who would love to do David Juska?
In Aruba, the casinos are open. However, they close at 11 p.m. and you can only have 3 people at a blackjack table or any table. And there's plastic shields in front of you at the table, and you use sanitizer. I wore a mask in the casino, and all the dealers have masks on.
Did you win?
I
did. I did great last night. I ceviche on me.
I saw this guy today in the grocery store. He's got a everyone else got it. He's got a mask, and it's around his chin. I mean, it's not. Now, do you say something to people, or you just say fuck?
I did one time, and I almost got in a fight.
I know, it's like, it's not worth, the guy's gonna go, oh, yeah, fucking America.
It was a girl. It was a.
That's how she sounded.
But she did almost sound like that. She was black from New Zealand or Australia, one of those.
Oh, Sheila.
Sheila.
And she was coming towards me without a mask and talking very loud on her phone, coming actually towards me.
Oh, no, then.
Yeah. And she was just like, she goes, and I said, oh, you're not wearing, my reaction, because I hadn't been out in a long time. So my reaction was like, oh, you don't have a mask. And she's like, you do what you need to do for yourself.
I just want to say, but why even wear it? I mean, why does he even have it? So he can say he's wearing a mask.
People do it so that they think they don't have information. That's basically what's going on. A lot of people don't have the right information, and because you have so many people who have different views and we're so divided, you have all these knuckleheads out here with their masks under their chins. Now look at this. These are kids in school in Hong Kong. That's how they eat.
What are they doing?
They have little cuppies.
Those are the glasses.
Yeah.
So protecting them in their little.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I want to invest in those things.
And they're closing back up.
And by the way, do you know who made those things? They made it themselves. They manufactured it in their own little personal factory.
Oh my God, you're going down. Hollywood's taking you out.
I'm going uphill.
No.
You know, in the casino the other night, I was talking to the other 2 players, and we were all talking to each other. One guy's like, I'm from New York. I'm like, yeah, I'm from New York. And the other guy, who was from Tampa, Florida, the blackjack dealer, went to squirt all of our hands with sanitizer, and he didn't want to do it. He goes, I did it when I walked in. And he's putting up an argument about it. And he's from fucking Tampa, Florida. And I really wanted to tell him off. All I said was, hey, man, look, the faster you take the sanitizer, we can play.
Yeah.
In my head, I was like, you're a fucking moron. Like this, the embodiment of what's happening.
That's how people that are social distancing and wearing masks feel about everyone that's not. It's like, hey, man, the quicker you just do what you're supposed to, the easier we can just get back to some sense of normalcy. But we can't even all just get on that accord.
A guy today stabbed a 70-year-old man because they argued over masks, and then he lunged at the cops with the same knife because the report came in that what he did, and this was all over a mask, and he lunged at the cop with the knife, and he was shot, and he's dead.
With the same knife? He didn't sanitize it first?
Oh, look at you. Y'all proud of yourself, huh? Look at you. Took that little sip. You know what? That's like you were performing for Cars too. You were all proud.
Check your notes.
Good one. Hey, I think Nick Cannon, he offended me because I just found out that I was 11.7 Ashkenazi. So I now take it personally.
Well,
I
he was
knew
saying
it.
that what he's saying is
I
true.
knew you
then.
were part Jew, Marina. I knew it.
Why is it that everyone who's Jewish says that to me when I tell them this?
Because you got to think
Because they want
about
you to.
It's not. Do you notice it's not even 12%? Could you give me 11.27?
There's
Marina, how'd you
something
find
about-
out?
Listen, anyone who could date Greg Rogel has got to be a little Jewish.
I didn't date Greg Rogel.
Marina did and I did.
Oh, shoot.
11.7. Yeah.
That's still one of
My
my favorite
mother's
stories.
grandfather.
But I think you were.
How'd you find
taking
out?
care of it. You were. What is it?
Oh, 23andMe.
Are you concerned about them having your DNA?
I mean, I don't, at this point, I don't care. I've done so much. Look, I went to go get the antivirus test. Somebody's out there got my blood. It's over. Who cares?
Yeah, everybody
know,
knows
I've
everything
been-
about you.
I've been to the doctor, I don't know how many times last year.
How many times? Oh, how many times have you been tested?
I mean, only once. And apparently that test is inaccurate because there's only
well.
2 tests that are supposedly accurate. So
Marina goes to the doctor often because she enjoys sharing challah tips with him. That's why. She likes to talk about the high holy days with her doctor.
it is really funny. Like when I told Jessica, he was like, I knew it. He did the same thing. I was like, what is this about? I don't even want to agree with this because this is making me
I
uncomfortable.
knew it.
What is that? Ashkenazi. What does that mean? What part of the country? Where is that?
That's Europe or Eastern Europe.
This is when you need Dan Natterman. I don't know the answer.
Oh, I thought Ray was going to field this one for
No,
sure.
no.
It's like Ray's got this.
I really don't know enough. Natterman always likes to say to me, Ray Allen, you stayed home not only through Sunday school, but Monday through Friday school as well. I think it's Eastern European.
Eastern Europe. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
He's looking
Oh,
There we
look
go.
at that.
Germany.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know my heritage.
Yeah. Eastern European. So it's not
Sephardic.
Sephardic is what they would assume that because I'm dark,
I think Spartac's like Spanish Jews, like from Spain and Italy, I think.
But I'm also Nigerian too, 26% Nigerian, which is
Oh, do you know the Cohens?
I love it. I love you. It's so perfect.
I only have one more
I
piece
don't
of
know.
ceviche, and then I'm going to drink the juice.
The Jews.
The juice.
The Jews.
Wasn't there a football player who also went anti-Semitic or basketball
Jews.
player or someone?
Oh yeah,
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, what's
Deshaun
going
Jackson.
on?
Well, who too? I didn't know too. Ice Cube or one of those guys. put
And
stuff
Ice
up
Cube
there.
has been going on a rant.
About Jews?
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know that
apparently.
either.
Recently?
I can't. I'll never listen to "Fuck the Police" again.
Yes, you will. Just 2/3 of it.
I understand why you can hate
Fucking
everybody
East.
for whatever reason, but the Jews, it's like my grandparents left Germany and Russia because of Hitler. All their relatives were killed, and they ended up in a farm in Connecticut broke. And they were. It's like, what the fuck do you want? Like, what do you want? Like, just leave us alone.
He kind of put out a nice thing today. I thought whatever he said. I hope he meant it. But,
Oh, his statement.
yeah,
Who, Ice Cube?
No, Nick. Hold on a minute. Hey, Nick, can you get me another ceviche? Anyway,
Did no? Nick didn't apologize.
he kind of
It's a very half-ass apology.
It was
I mean, he
just-
said he was talking to rabbis and he's going to work on it. He's going to go to
What?
Israel.
I just
He's doing
I like
Avi
that they
Lieberman's
asked to go to the
tour.
rabbis.
And he wants his, but he's, he wants his money, he wants his show back or something. He wilding out. What is wilding out? Is that when they battle each other?
Yeah, it's like a improv,
Okay,
hip hop improv and battle freestyle thing.
Do you guys mind? You guys want to do it here? Ryan, will you run it?
I'd be honored. I feel like that's really something I'm suited for, and I'm actually up for the gig now that Nick's out. So fingers crossed. I got my turban all dry cleaned, and I think
jeez.
Actually, Ryan, you'd be a great host
Yeah, that would be
of
hilarious.
these the TV show games and stuff.
game show
You
host.
mean game shows?
Yeah.
We call those game shows.
TV show, those TV show games.
Yeah, you'd be great for that stuff.
Where you try to figure out what Marina's saying. That's the game.
You'd be great at hosting that thing. You know,
Look
that takes
that
place
right of
inside the
price.
square box.
You
Look,
will
Fortunate
host.
wheel.
For 5,000 points, how Jewish is Marina?
Marina, do you have any Jewish in you?
It goes up with every guy I date that's Jewish. Yeah, the point.
Who are you dating? Are you dating someone now, Marina?
Well, what's going
No,
on?
not at all. I don't
You're
think
not dating
so.
during
The
pandemic?
closest I got today was I let a cable guy in my apartment to figure out my router or whatever. That's as close as I got. And he wore a mask, and I took his temperature at the door.
Really?
Did you really?
No,
Oh.
Yeah, how do you take his temperature?
but the next dick will have his temperature taken first.
Rectal.
So unkosher up
Do
there.
you do a Nick Cannon impression, Dean?
Huh?
Can you do a Nick Cannon impression?
Can I get my job back?
Yeah, I wouldn't know anyway. Mhm.
What about
So
you? Are you dating?
I'm too afraid. I'm too afraid to screw around.
Yeah, is it scary, right?
I mean, to me, COVID is the new AIDS.
Is the new condom?
I just thought of something. I wonder if people were having sex during your act in the cars.
Oh my god. Well, it's a Jim Gaffigan show, so no.
Oh,
I don't know if they weren't before.
Listen,
thank
he
you,
has
Mark.
5 kids. Okay,
Yeah.
somebody.
Someone
All right,
tweeted
so
at me, my
let-
kids really enjoyed your act. I was like, there were kids
Oh.
there? Oh, that's
yeah.
right.
let me rephrase it.
They were
You think
driving.
People were masturbating in their cars at the Jim Gaffigan show.
I've been known to masturbate while Marina's on stage in the back of
Wait
the
a minute now. I was thinking more Juska.
this. I'll unblock
What we
you.
do for our fellow Jews, Marina.
I'll unblock you, Ray. I'll unblock you.
We almost have a minion with
Yes,
Marina.
we do. We almost do. We have 3.5 Jews with Marina.
Actually, it's 3.1.2 or something like that.
That's right. Dean,
Oh,
you
boy.
are not Jewish at all, Dean.
Who knows?
Could be.
Nah, but I never did the 23andMe, so I wouldn't know.
See, Ashkenazi, couldn't you be an Ashkenazi Jew but not have been a Jew? Couldn't your relatives just have been from there? I mean, why does that make them Jewish? Jewish is a religion, not a fucking, you know what I mean? It's kind of weird.
Well, some people say it's a race. It's a
I know,
race.
but it's-
Ashkenazi is definitely because medically, the reason I found out medically because last year I was and this is gonna get sad, but they'll take us out of it. Last year I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I'm fine. I'm surviving. I'm good. Hey. Tits
Hey,
look great. They look the same. So what happens is they told me the doctor asked me if I had any Ashkenazi heritage because there is a predisposition for certain types of cancer they find with different ethnic groups. And Ashkenazi is one that is specific. So I was like, I don't know. You know, my mother did say that my great grandfather was Jewish. So let me check. So I did the 23andMe. And then I was like, oh, shit, I am. I do have some. So I went back to the doctor and he was like, I knew it.
So did you get a discount on the 23andMe afterwards
I sure
when you
did.
found out?
Absolutely.
No, but you wrote a letter of complaint.
Oh, I write so many
Hello.
letters. I write so many letters, Ray. That next door neighbor app, have you seen that?
No, what's that?
That's when you can find out what's going on in your neighborhood or you can complain about what's going on in your neighborhood. So I've complained about the restaurant below, Lido. I am on a mission to destroy them. They are not coming back from COVID. So
Oh my God.
they have parties in the back of my building. Okay. It's like a beer garden back there, right underneath my window. Tonight's a good night because I've complained so much to the landlord. I contacted the deputy of the district police over here. I did it a nice way.
Would you send them cookies? What?
No, I wrote them letters and I told them that there is a situation on my block with this restaurant underneath. They have parties in the back. No one's wearing masks. And the bar is not open yet. And it's
So they're outside though? Is that why?
they're outside, but they're loud. So like from 11 until 3 in the morning, like not this weekend, but the weekend before, I could hear them as if they were in my own apartment. The last Comedy Cellar show I did like this, everyone could hear them.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
So I got skunk oil and I threw it on them.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
This was
wait. What's skunk oil?
It's
There's
like,
actual skunk smells like of skunk.
this was Sean Donnelly's suggestion to me.
Oh, don't tell. Don't get him in trouble. Poor Sean sitting home alone, minding his own business.
He told me. He told me. He said, throw it. So I threw that skunk oil on. It didn't work.
That is not a Jewish thing. The Jews don't mess around with skunk oil. You know, and what if I drop it and it ends up on me? It's gonna be horrible. I can't go to Schultz smelling like a skunk.
It did end up on my windowsill for a solid.
Where do you get it?
It did. It was horrible for like 2
Buy
weeks.
skunk oil. I guess I should ask Dean. I don't know why.
Just Google skunk oil and it'll come.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
What are you trying to say about me, Cohen? I just sent you a loving text saying I missed you, man.
That was nice. You missed my. Yeah. What? I can't believe this is. Were you there the last week in Vegas? You might have been.
No, I was a week before it. I think I was there at the beginning, the first week of March.
I really thought it was gonna. I was kind of looking for it. I said, it'll be over in 2 weeks.
We all did, but we also thought everybody would just. I didn't think it would be over in 2 weeks, but I honestly thought that people would comply. I didn't think there would be such an issue.
These kids did not think it was ever going to be over. Look at how well behaved they are. You know why? Because they've experienced SARS.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably why. I'm sure their parents are very.
That is actually the article that was written about it is exactly why.
Do you all think that why don't you think? What do you think our problem is in America that we aren't complying? Like there are people that do and people that don't. And do you think
because Americans don't like to be told what to do?
Well, no, it's also the one guy who's in charge says, "Don't wear a mask. You look like an idiot." And then the scientists say, "Wear a mask." So,
right.
Well, there's been so many audibles called during this pandemic that it's hard to get on the same page on anything. Because
it has to be too. I mean, nobody knows.
It was never going to get here, and then it was never going to be worse than the flu. They all said it. Cuomo, De Blasio, all of them said it, and then it was. But you don't need a mask. Don't worry, guys. No mask. Well, you do need a mask, but let's save it for the doctors. Well, now everyone get a mask on. Like it just keeps changing. Can't affect kids. No kids. Kids are fine. They're immune. It's only kids getting it now. Like
they're calling audibles.
Yeah, it's just.
But the governor's giving that information. Where are they getting the information from?
The doctors. The doctors don't agree on anything.
The doctors seem to have agreed. I haven't heard any doctors that contradict each other. Have you?
Marina only listens to the greatest Jewish doctors.
Yeah, I have the good ones are Jewish. Come on.
Yeah, but I mean, they said from the beginning that the kids couldn't get it. Now it's just kids.
Well, you have to have had, like, for me, who had a year of going through medical shit, like serious, for real, you learn easily how to listen to the doctors and listen to what they say and know, oh, this is real. And you have to also, like, kind of advocate for yourself. So I didn't listen. I listened to these doctors and the CDC, and I get the John Hopkins report every day. And then I also was paying attention to what was going on in Italy. And then I have good instincts.
Right.
So when they said the kids weren't getting it, I never believed that ever. When we
Right,
when
I
we were
didn't
still at the Cellar, I said I think it's going down big time, and we're not coming back until September.
What do you think now?
March.
I don't think we're coming back until really like the fullness of this is not going to really be over until next year in March, maybe.
Wow.
But
I
but
think,
we'll have ways, like I think New York is going to be better if they make sure the people coming in really do quarantine for those 2 weeks. I don't know how they're.
But how do they do that?
I don't
You
know.
know,
That's
cause-
the weirdest thing ever.
No.
Because you can say you can do that with the people flying in, but
I
coming
went bike
across
riding with someone who came back from Georgia.
Yeah.
I was like, "What, you supposed
Hey.
to be in quarantine?"
Yeah.
They're like, "We're
Rhode
outside."
Island- Rhode Island had checkpoints set up. If you were driving in and you were out of state, they turn you away. And it's like,
Oh,
and
wow.
when flying in to come into Aruba, you had to have a COVID test. I don't know why America can't do the same thing.
Because you're not
This
going to
could-
tell
this,
me
this
what
should
to
have been
do in
over
my
by
country.
now, obviously, right? I
Yeah.
mean, this should have everyone. Somebody at the top should have said, "Stay in your house for fucking 6 weeks."
Or it should have
Yes.
at least been on the incline.
I knew.
Yeah.
I said
Uphill.
when this started. By the way, I knew something was going on in October of 2019. I said just because we're comics, we fly. You hear the
Right.
rhythm of sickness. I could hear
Yeah.
these coughs, and they were just too fierce
Guttural.
and different. And I was like, something's going on. And I had that cough, and I was like, something's about to go down, and it's bad. So I knew this in October, and then when this
Thanks
hit,
for telling us,
Yeah.
Marina.
I did tell people. I told
Marina,
I told my Jewish friends only.
I was going to say, Marina, most Jews have a little bit of psychic power, so that makes sense that you understood that.
Why did Obama stop the testing, though?
What testing?
Kidding.
I think that was sarcasm.
Oh. But I said this. I said, you know what? When they officially said this was going down, I knew. I said America's culture is going to kill itself. There's no way in the world America can do this because we are full of people who do not want to be told what to do.
All you
Just
need is
don't.
one idiot out of 10, too, and that's enough. I mean, that's the problem. It's never going to go away at this point.
Right.
Look, Fauci thinks there could be a vaccine as early as January. I'm hoping that someone's hiding a vaccine, and if Biden gets elected, suddenly, oh look, we have a vaccine. And
The only thing that's going away by January is my money.
Are you guys doing Zoom shows?
I've done quite a few. I've done about 50.
Do you get paid for those?
Some I do for charity stuff, and some I get paid for.
50?
Yeah, quite a few.
I don't even
I do
know.
Impressive.
I do a Friday night show that the ticket sales go to a charity in Aruba to feed, because Aruba's economy was hit harder per capita than any other in the world. So we donate money to that. And then I just do other shows, and it's something to do.
When you do it, how long have you been in Aruba? Right?
I just came down. They opened the border 5 days ago, so I flew here.
Oh, so you just
flight.
got-
Yeah.
Was
So
your
are
flight full?
you going to ride it out? You're going to stay down there for a while?
I'll probably stay till the end of August. I feel bad because I do want to see I spent a lot of time with my parents in June. I was with them for most of June, but I feel like I should be with them more. So maybe I'll fly back in August. They want me to stay here, but I might go back in August for a bit. I don't know.
You have to quarantine before you see them, right? When you go back, right?
I would take another test and wear a mask around them.
Mm.
Was it busy, though, the flight? Was there people flying there?
The JetBlue, it probably has, so there's 25 rows in the plane, and they kept all the middle seats empty. So there was at most 100 people, 2 and 2 on each side. And it was probably about 90 people, 95 people.
I want
And
to flip five
everybody
on
had a
the
mask, maybe a mask and a face shield, goggles. Some people wore goggles.
I have goggles.
Yeah, and everyone was cool. And then you had to take a test before you came to Aruba, or you took one in Aruba at the airport, and you have to quarantine for 24 hours. I mean, there's an element of an honor system involved. It's not a perfect system, but it is what it is.
No, I read something saying that the FAA it hasn't established a mandate, so it's really on each individual airline. So technically, people can't force people to wear masks on the flight.
Well, they can, I think, because it's a private flight. They can say you have to wear it on our flight or don't fly with us, right?
JetBlue says
But they weren't doing it.
Yeah, if you don't.
Okay, JetBlue
you're
says
out.
you have to.
But some airlines weren't
Yeah,
enforcing it. I've heard.
Well, they
Yeah,
had
I
that
think-
picture
think,
of Cruz,
yeah.
Cruz the other day on the airline. Ted Cruz without a mask.
Yeah,
Really?
they.
I've flown quite a bit, and the passengers for the most part all wear masks. I've seen employees or flight attendants take their masks down to talk to each other.
And also, don't sometimes they take down their mask when they have to blow the pilot. Isn't that right, Ryan?
Ooh, you getting canceled?
Well, apparently this
I'm
is the
getting
late
canceled.
show at Company Nightly. Welcome to the late show, everybody.
Well, I always think about the eating too. Like if you eat, you have to take them. See, they never explain that one. What are you supposed
Right.
to eat and then put the mask back on? Eat and then put the mask.
I guess, yeah.
When this thing is like it comes from your nose. Some people don't even understand that, by the way, because I see the mask like right underneath here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's
come
what I'm
from
saying.
your nose.
Yeah.
It's aerosol. It's in the air.
Oh,
So I just won't fly. But good for you, Ryan. How many flights?
4, maybe 5.
you've been flying since this?
I haven't flown in the last maybe 2.5, 3 weeks, but yeah, I was flying before that. I was doing shows.
Really?
Ryan flies on this new air. It's called
Have you
COVID
been-
Air. He's a
Have
big
you
fan.
been tested, Ryan?
I
Oaks.
have been tested.
Oaks
And how
Air.
did it come back?
Negative on all accounts.
Oh, you must have a good immune system. You
But
know,
I don't have the antibodies. I don't have nothing.
but I'm saying that there are some people, I believe this. I'm not a scientist, but I believe this. I think there are some people who
But you are Jewish.
But yeah, I'm about to, whatever you say, I'm jumping on board with. Just so you know.
I do believe there are certain people, their blood type or whatever genetic makeup they have, they won't get this.
Well, there's something for
Maybe.
sure about that because,
Well,
there's
Dr. Franklin,
21-year-old
I
people
concur.
dying.
It's possible.
Well, you're thank you.
Maybe.
I do know comics that have the antibodies that were never sick.
Yeah.
Well, you don't know that they were never sick, though.
Okay, well, to their recollection, they weren't sick, but they have the antibodies.
Well, I know some that said they felt like they had hay fever and that was it.
I mean, I could have, there was times at the Cellar before anybody knew what was going on. I had a cold or something. I could have blown through it already. You know what I mean? I could have had it and not known it, or.
I never shook hands, just so all of you know
That's
this.
right.
Ryan, you said to
my
me
God.
on my last train ride, right before I got on the train, I remember Ryan's game show face smiling at me and going, he looked at me and he said, if there's anyone who's going to be fine, this is you, because you don't let nobody touch you. Remember that?
Hug on stage, and I'm always like, I don't want to. I don't know if I should be hugging you.
I got better at the hugs, but
Yeah, I don't
that's over
remember.
now.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I don't shake hands. I'll hug you on stage, but I
Oh.
don't shake hands at all.
No,
Not a
she won't.
handshaker. Which I prefer the hug. It's better.
But now I won't even do that. That's over.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ray.
Forever? Forever?
Look, you guys look like you're jerking off as you ask this question.
Why do you say that?
Like, for how long is that going to be, Marina? We can see what's going on.
Marina, what are you wearing under, like, at the bottom? Oh, my God. Oh, Dean's making the face.
It's a very comfortable hug there. I know.
But
lot
Marina's
of-
name is Marina now goes by Batsheva Franklin.
Oh, my best friend is Batsheva. That's her name.
Of course.
Batsheva Greenstein. I love
Of
her.
course.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
You
one of
were-
my closest
You were the
friends.
moil at her son's bris.
That was my close friend at Syracuse.
Syracuse, where Vera Farmiga went to school.
I was in class with Vera. Yes,
I know. You told me that.
I
With
did.
who? With Vera,
Yeah.
Vera
actress?
Farmiga. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we were in the same acting classes. Yes.
really?
I always thought she was older.
Yeah.
She's younger than me.
Get out of
Really?
here.
Yeah, she's much younger than me. She's
You know
about-
what? Marina can now tell everybody Jews don't crack.
And that's why, but you were still a little late tonight getting here.
I didn't understand what happened. My sister was talking to me on the
That's
phone.
the
like-
Nigerian side.
Yeah. My sister was like talking to me, and I went on Instagram to promote this, so my fans are watching.
Oh.
Yeah, see,
That's
I
dope.
was actually working for the Cellar. That was me doing my part.
How good of you.
100. Well,
So wait, have you
11.7.
guys done Zoom shows? Have you guys done Zoom comedy stuff?
I've done
I
3.
don't know.
Mark, none, Dean?
I did one thing on Instagram, like in April, I think. I was supposed to do Nowhere Comedy Club, and then it canceled last minute. And now I haven't done any. Not pressed to.
People paid to be at the drive-in, I'm assuming, right, Marina?
Oh yeah, and I saw the ticket price, and I was like, "Oh shit, how much I'm getting?" I was like, "Jeez." Yeah, they pay.
Right. How much was it? Was it a carload or by person?
I think it's by. I think it's.
Oh, that's
carload.
interesting.
I think it's. If you look at, you could go to the ticket sales on his website and you could see it, but I think it's by carload or something. But
They
it's.
should do it by weight. They should just whatever your car weighs with all the fat fucks that are in it. That should be.
But I, you know, it was. I was like, oh, this is not cheap.
That seems like the most that seems the most accessible. That seems more accessible than a Zoom show.
Hey, can I just acknowledge that Aaron H. and A Week Late are paying close attention to this show, and Angela Hutzler just joined late. And hello, everybody.
Oh, hi.
Hey, Hustler.
You know what, Mark? I will say this: like when you do a Zoom show, at least you hear the laughs if it's a good Zoom show,
Right.
And you can see the audience, and you can heckle them. You can interact with them.
That's true, I guess.
So that, in a way, is a little bit better than what because you know. Oh, we went.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
146. Well, that's on the low end.
That's for one ticket.
Hold on, move it
Standard
over.
car, 4 people.
What?
Yo.
Holy shit.
I told you. I was like, how much I'm getting?
Demands a high ticket price.
Someone's doing well during this pandemic.
Yeah.
And he's doing all new material.
Good for him. That's great.
It's
How much
me.
time? I hope he did perform for 2 days.
That's
It
actually
was just one show.
$146. I hope he did.
Was he quarantined in a car before the show?
He was in the other room.
Hmm.
Yeah, he didn't share the room with us. Like we were in a different room, and of course, I opened all the windows.
When I was in the ocean today, enjoying myself, I was quite
In the ceviche.
with this. I caught my own ceviche.
Eating my Goya products.
I was very distanced from everybody. It felt good.
Is the resort that you're at, is it busy? Are there a lot of people?
It's really not terribly busy. I'm staying at a few different places on this trip. I've stayed at the Holiday Inn, I'm staying at the Ritz, I'm staying at the Marriott, and Holiday Inn had sanitizer in every elevator and in front of every elevator. When you walked in the resort, they gave you a temperature check and you had sanitizer. And the Ritz is like, it's so spread out. There's nothing,
Yeah, but I don't know.
I'm worried about Americans. I'm not worried about Arubans. I'm worried about other.
No, that's the only thing I would say. You're right about that. Like Ireland, did you see the article about Ireland?
No.
Where their Americans are going to Ireland for vacation, and Ireland is like, they're not acting right. Tell them to stay in America. They're getting very upset. They're like, they come from the plane and they come right over and they're in the bar already. It's like, no, we know you're from America. You're supposed to be quarantined. Like because Ireland has no cases.
COVID.
They're good.
Right.
But America's going over there like,
Right. What about Venezuela? Aren't the Rubens worried about the Venezuelans?
They're not allowed in the country. It's 15 miles from Venezuela. No, they can't come in.
Wow.
Smart. Yeah.
Prostitution is legal in Aruba. However, there are no prostitutes. You cannot come in. And everything's closing early. Things are closing at 11. It's different. It's beautiful. It's a mellow, beautiful, safe lifestyle. And I'm
it closed at 11, like that's when COVID comes out.
That's what we have.
The way from hookers to closes at 11. We're very restrained here.
I
feel like everyone's looking at Americans like this, like.
Seems like why does Walmart closes now at 8:30 instead of being 24 hours? If it was 24 hours, wouldn't less people be there at once?
Right. It's a good point.
Like, doesn't make sense, a lot of it.
I just don't get it. Don't you guys ever say to yourself that obviously the people at the top know what the right thing to do is, but for whatever reason they're choosing not to do the right thing?
Well, a lot of people believe that this is all population control. That the conspiracy theorists.
It seems like people would be dying faster if they wanted to do that.
I'd like to know what Nick Cannon says.
Nick Cannon and Ja Rule.
Marina,
Why, is
the
Ja Rule in
supermarkets
trouble
are
too?
open. Nordstrom's
No.
open.
What did you say? Nordstrom's open?
Nordstrom's open. You can go in Nordstrom in New York.
Oh, I'm not going. I never went anyway. I always
I'm
got
just
my stuff
curious
delivered
why like the Disney store's open, Nordstrom's open, supermarkets are open.
in
but
New
then
York.
they say- yeah. Then they say other places you can't go in.
Well, in bars, it's different because
If they have
bars, people
food, I
are
think.
acting irresponsible. And in stores, they require you to wear masks. In bars, you know, when you drink and you're wearing a mask, you get loose and you get close with people and you're like, hey, look at this fucking mask.
Plus, you're drinking. You know, I mean, drinking is.
So it's different. It's a whole different thing. You know, they're
What do
right. It's the bars. Oh,
What do
look
you
at
think?
look at the protests that we just had in New York City, and we're still doing pretty well. So it's obviously like outside, you know, was good. You know, it's the people in Florida that are hanging out in these bars. That's what's going on.
What about bars? What do you think about bars and restaurants? What do you all think about how the restaurants are setting up? Like Ryan, I said I saw you and Mateo sitting outside on McDougal earlier, and we were driving around the city, and a lot of the restaurants have created like wherever a car would park out in front of a lot of the restaurants, now they've cordoned off areas so that people can sit outside. Do you think that's effective? Because people are obviously sitting outside without their masks on, but it's outside. So what do you all think?
It's got to be better.
It's better, but again, that restaurant, Lido, downstairs from me. Okay, I cannot stand them.
Really?
They are on both. Like when I exit my apartment door, I'm running into a waitress.
So guys, we're gonna wrap it up here. You want to plug anything or trash any restaurants or?
Lido, do not support them. They're going down.
You know what I would like to plug? I like to plug every Monday night for the last probably 3 months. I've been doing the Father Mugger Protocol live podcast, and it just so happened that next week's guest is Marina Franklin. This coming Monday, the 20th at 11 p.m. on my Instagram live or Marina's Instagram live. Marina will be joining me, and we've had Tiffany Haddish, JB Smooth, Jim Gaffigan last week, and we just I pick people's brains, talk shop, and get on the hood to find out people's journeys. So I'm looking forward to having Marina on this week, Vanessa Mitchell the following week, Jay Farrell the week after that. So
yeah,
nice.
I am Dean Edwards. Yeah.
I'll give you an update on Lido this weekend.
Okay. No, I'm gonna ask.
Oh, it's going down.
I got nothing.
Mark, someone asked Kevin G or Kevin Gee, whatever his name is. He asked if you're going to start singing "Walking in Memphis."
I am, and I'm going to stop a robbery too.
All right.
Did you know that guy stopped a robbery and got shot in the leg too? Mark Cohen.
Oh, I didn't know that.
How about this? Mark Cohen is also. I'm going to be starring as the lead character in Rent.
What? Trying to make?
That's the guy's name. His name is Mark Cohen.
That's my buddy Anthony Rapp. He played Mark Cohen.
So
I just dropped the name. Sorry.
everyone could go see me at Wilkes Barre, Pennsylvania with Jim Gaffigan. If you have $175, you could go this Saturday and see me open for Jim Gaffigan with Keith Alberstadt and David. Yes.
You could actually buy a car for the entrance fee.
Well, you can find me on Instagram at Ray Comedy, and Friday nights, arubacomedy.com. The show's at 8 p.m. Eastern time, and July 24th will be Ray Romano will be a guest on my show. So tune in.
What?
Hey, I got the COVID.
Tomorrow I'm going to be performing in Long Island with Mateo, Mark Norman. Obviously, all health restrictions are enforced. Please call the club. You got to wear a mask. It's open air.
What club? What club?
Where at? Where is it, Ryan?
Good point. Anchor Tavern in Long Beach, Long Island.
Oh, I thought that was closed because of. Oh no.
Very good.
Hey, by the way, it is so awesome to see all you guys, even if it's
You too,
online.
man. All of y'all.
I can't tell you how much I enjoy it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's great to see you guys.
Indeed.
Ah.